get you what you need, just say so. I lift you if you wanna want a girl, even if you're falling out. So let me just break it down. No one gonna love you like I do right now. I ain't playing games, trying to fool around. I'm just trying to show you what I'm all about. Baby, I'll be there when you want me. I'll catch you when you fall. Hey, I love you like my mother taught me. You'll never be on your own. You know that I won't ever let you down. No, I won't ever break your heart. Baby, I just wanna hold you, never let you go. Know that I'll be loving you so. Just know that I'll be there. I could feel so you wouldn't hollow. The only thing you need to do is let go. I ain't need nothing but one fair chance. Baby, where do we stand? Cause I got no plans. Want it all, want it bad with emotion. And nothing less than what I give is what I'm hoping. And every time that you shake, you fall from the pain. I'll be there to pick you up if you broke.
Good morning.
Just break it down. No one gonna love you like I do right now. I ain't playing games, trying to fool around. I'm just trying to show you what I'm all about. Baby, I'll be there when you want me. I'll catch you when you fall. Hey, I love you like my mother taught me. You'll never be on your own. You know that I won't ever let you down. No, I won't ever break your heart. Baby, I just wanna hold you, never let you go. Know that I'll be loving you so. Just know, baby, I'll be there when you want me. I'll catch you when you fall. I love you like my mother taught me. You'll never be on your own. You know that I won't ever let you down. No, I won't ever break your heart. Baby, I just wanna hold you, never let you go. Know that I'll be loving you so. Just know, baby, I'll be there when you want me. I'll catch you when you fall. I love you like my mother taught me. You'll never be on your own. You know that I won't ever let you down. No, I won't ever break your heart. Baby, I just wanna hold you, never let you go. Know that I'll be loving you so. Just know that I'll be there.
Probably think the stripper loves you. I see the look in her eyes, hanging from that pole above you. Her bite got you paralyzed. That don't mean she gonna love you. She wants that money tonight. She can never fucking love you. That devil's tale she can't hide. The way she moves under the moon, I'm hypnotized. Been there before, walk through that door.
It's one or the other. So if you're sharing your screen, if you're sharing your Discord screen, and you can turn on your webcam, because we'll see it in Discord on your stream. That's what I do, anyways. I mean, I have a second camera. I don't like the angle. Thank you, Shooter.
You probably think that she could trust you, but she's just as damaged inside.
We all know what I'm looking at, baby.
Broke you. She'll be there more for the night. That don't mean she's gonna love you. She wants that money tonight. She can never fucking love you. She's gonna fuck up your life.
Maybe this box will fit. Lurky, what's up, Pooh? Lurky. We're just talking about the scary ocean and it eating you.
Wait, I mean, it's a simple question that you can ask, and I feel like I'm at work, and this is how we get work answers to investigations. Like, you just you just be like, "Hey, I noticed that your kid's been getting sick a lot lately. Is there something serious going on? Any way I can help?" And usually that'll help start the conversation. Yeah. Ask them when they're available. Like, I'm definitely that friend that you don't want to make plans with because I'm gonna tell you I don't feel like it, or I like to stay home, or I might cancel last minute. So I'm definitely the type of person, put the ball in my court. You shouldn't, because you should always listen to your body, right? You're listening to your body is not just a physical thing; it's a mental thing too, right? So if your body's telling you, "Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I need to sit aside," it's a social, it's a recharge. It's a social recharge, and it's necessary. And that is hard for me to do. I hate doing stuff by myself. Exactly. Zachary. Boom. I just don't make plans, guys. Have you not noticed this? I was gone for a long time. That was because, Pooh was seeing somebody and they made me go outside, right? And I love being inside. So now I'm back to being inside. I, I really am, yeah. I'm definitely the type like, hey, purr. This is my butthole. Cats do that. Cats do that. You guys trust that I will somehow find a way. What? No, that's not what I was going to say. I was not going to say that. Yeah, you gotta learn to trust yourself. I didn't say that, but sure, yeah, let's say I said that. So you sound cool and I sound like a dick. uh, all I hear is a victim. Um, I got something to share. Based around trust. So, just like sitting here talking with you guys, I'm learning that maybe like so I've had plenty of opportunities to move here to California, and it's always been a dream of mine since I was a kid, right? I was like 12 or 13. And I've had like eight different chances to move out here, but I always found a reason not to come, right? And I was like, I'm just like deep down it was because I was afraid, right? So you have to figure out where that fear stems from, right? So now I'm thinking about it. Okay, yeah, I was afraid to leave my family, right? But what ultimately it's because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust that I was emotionally ready, mentally ready. I didn't trust that if something bad were happen, I'd be able to pick myself up and, brush the dirt off and keep it moving. Like I didn't trust myself. So over the years I kept saying no because I didn't know what I was capable of. So that's another form of like building trust within myself to feel comfortable enough to be like I can take chances, and if something bad happens it's okay because I'll be able to bounce back. Yo, what up, bestie? Oh, is it? Forgot. I muted it. Oh, good call, bro. Good call.
Other state and all, and that's fine.
Boom. Now you can hear.
And sometimes you got to do it for yourself.
I appreciate
You
you.
know, I think when I
You
was
do
going
now.
through my divorce,
How are you? Good morning.
I say it like that because it's unfortunate. I feel like that for anyone, but um, I did the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna do something wild. I'm going to a concert by myself, and I think I played some songs from this artist called Ty Verdes, and I really liked his music. His album really helped me out to be positive through a dark moment. Um, and I went to a concert. Man, I felt so weird and whatnot, but he started singing. Everybody was vibing, and I was like, all right, it's not that bad. So I was able to comfortably walk around
Before
like
you get into your
Pima
finals
Grounds,
paper,
which
oh
was like a
fuck
big
yeah, take a breather.
open space
Definitely
and stuff
reset
like
that
that,
brain. But I'm doing
feeling comfortable
fantastic.
by myself.
I'm doing real great
So
right now.
that's
We're talking about trust and
and we
stuff
were
like
talking
that.
about how music
Um,
helps you, not only just
being in the right mindset to be
vibe,
a
but that vibe helps you
to not only know
relax
how
and trust
to
yourself to be
when
okay.
to trust people, but
Sometimes we get
how to trust
anxiety and
yourself.
a
For
good
real, for
vibe we
real.
call it, right?
Oh, you mean
What's
the
up, Jay? You look quiet over there.
yeah, Jay? What the hell?
I'm just listening.
All right, do
I'll
you?
I'll
It's
I'll
okay.
get in on it though. I'll get in on it though. So, you know, I've also been through divorce and I moved to Florida to start over. And I don't know if I'm gonna live here forever, probably not. I'd like to move, but I can definitely understand through experience what it's like to have to kind of lose everything you had expected and start from ground zero on your own because I had that preemptive, I guess, expectation of like, we're going to get the home and we're going to get the van and we're going to have the kids, and we had all that. And I had what I thought was what I needed in my life, but my relationship was so toxic that I couldn't really enjoy those things. And it was a blessing that I got divorced because there was it was definitely there were mental health problems on both sides of the fence there. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
and and two people that are mentally unhealthy being together usually ends in a bad situation. So, but
I can really identify with that.
yeah.
Mine's story is very similar.
And so and it kind of taught me that it taught me who I really was after the military because I changed after I got out, and that sort of drove a rift in our relationship. And she wanted the version of me that was a Marine before Afghanistan and combat trauma. That's when she first met me, and I had become something else. And I was struggling with self-identity at the time as a civilian. It's kind of like when I got medically retired, it was my dream job. Like I had a career path in front of me. I was doing well. I made sergeant in like 3.5 years. Um, and it all just came crumbling down with the PTSD diagnosis. But with that and trust and how that all links in for me is my divorce made me lose trust in others. And when I started over, I lost trust in myself. And I had to regain that self trust and that self love so that I could actually bring myself to a relationship and actually have something there instead of just kind of being that empty shell of a person that I was.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, the military and the first responder community have the highest divorce rates. So sometimes it is hard for us to trust again. And this is why we do this, because we have to start learning and understanding those tools again to trust again, because we're so used to the way we used to trust that it's been, you know, damaged, damped. So sometimes
Mhm.
we have to go back and say, all right, how do we trust again? How do we provide that support? How we got to be patient again. You got to build that rapport, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, this is exactly what we're doing it because, a lot of us had a lot of trust broken. And I think in the first responders in the military community, we're easy to give the trust because we have to give the trust that I'm not going to get shot in the back, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so I think that when those people don't break that trust, we create this bond. And that bond is a lot of things that we miss that support that trust. If I saw my friend that I deployed, that I haven't seen in a long time, I guarantee you that I will open up so much easier and quicker regarding of if I saw my friend from high school at like, or whatever. Why? Because there were different situations, different scenarios that created different bonds of trust.
Mhm.
And same thing here. I mean, going out to different events, meeting one another, gaming with one another, communicating with one another. We're building that sheet for one another to see that trust bond for each other.
Mhm.
I'm raising my hand. Okay, thank you,
five.
teacher. So like I think that one thing that sorry, their alarm is going off and it's really loud. I think that one thing that correct me if I'm wrong,
It's the
that a
cutie alarm.
that a lot that a lot of probably veterans or even active service members. Oh my god, where'd my train of thought go? You fucking fucked me up by saying cutie alarm.
It's okay.
Oh my god, my brain melted.
Mm.
I had a fucking good thing and you messed it up. Anyways, I'll mute again. Bye.
You're welcome.
I
I mean,
think. Oh,
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, I
No,
just think Jay hit a really good point with, after you make some, go through some hard times in life, how do you rely or how do you gain back that trust with yourself to make good decisions again, right? When you've made really bad decisions, what's some things people do for that? How do you start trusting yourself again to like, okay, I am making a healthy choice. This is not a mentally, it's not coming from a mental illness place. This is a good, healthy choice.
So for me, like I didn't do it alone. I tried to do it alone, but I couldn't. So like I had to develop that trust first with like patient to doctor, right? Once I got used to that and like trusting the therapist that I was with, I was able to start trusting my family again. And then I started trusting a couple friends, and then I started like using them as my emergency, oh my gosh, something bad's about to happen contact. You know what I'm saying? Like I could feel myself tipping over with PTSD. Now I have people I can contact and talk me off that edge and calm me down. And then once I worked through that and my triggers weren't as bad for me, I was able to start trusting myself. And then it kind of came back to me like reflecting on all that and being like, look, like me, who I was, where I was, and how I was handling myself was wrong. So, like, the number one thing for me now is trusting other people that, uh, that I can, like open up to. Like, if I feel like I can open up to a person, I can trust them. I try to do that because I feel like that builds a layer of understanding between people and like and that's what I was lacking in my life because I was all alone. Like when I hit that reset button and moved to Florida, I was all on my own. I had family down here, but I was isolating. I wasn't talking to anybody. I wasn't going out. I wasn't doing anything. So, but I think to rebuild it, like it does require the help of others. You have to be willing to take that leap of faith at some point. When you're really down and out. And I think
And
another thing that helped me too was like peer support, like other people that have been through it, that have been through depression, that have been through PTSD, and talking to those people and seeing them better, seeing them on the other side of the fence of like, like I was where you were at and this is where I'm at now and you can get better, just give it time and patience. That helped me tremendously. So,
You mentioned
Nice.
trusting your family again. And I don't know if anyone else struggles with this. Like, when they get advice from people, they're like, where is this advice coming from? Is it coming from a self-serving place that you're giving it to me? You know, for example, somebody gives you relationship advice, but they're friends with your partner. Are they giving you advice based on what is best for you, or because they're swayed by, being friends with your partner?
Hmm.
How did
Absolutely.
you learn to trust that people, your parents and everyone was in it for your best interest? Did you struggle with that at all?
I did. So the first sort of point of struggle that I ever experienced that was my parents were always very supporting of me, but when I wanted to enlist in the Marine Corps, they did not support it at all. And it wasn't until boot camp graduation that I saw my parents again that they were crying, proud of me, happy. They were like, we didn't think you could have done this. Like, we didn't expect you to be capable of this, and you did it. And so that was like sort of the first experience there. And then the next one was when I found medicinal cannabis and their generation's perspective on it versus our generation's perspective on it. You know how it is. And that sort of caused another point of contention there. And unfortunately, it still does. I've learned to kind of let that conversation piece go when I talk to my parents. And instead of trying to get them to see how good it can be, I just let them have their way of seeing it. I used to try to change their mind on things, but they're kind of set in their ways. So I guess there is a little bit of tension there, but it is what it is.
I promise you, they're not set in their ways. It just takes a lot of work. I promise. I say that because like
Yeah.
my grandma was the same way, and once I got her to be a little bit more technologically savvy, I started directing her towards articles and then telling her all the stuff that I learned. And then she started researching herself and she realized that like she could cut out like 9 of her medications she takes if she just switches over. So it's possible. It just takes a long time.
Mhm. Mhm.
We got to remember, like, their education on it. It was so ingrained in them that it was the devil's lettuce, and
Yeah.
don't take it. Um,
Fair.
Now there's been so much, like Pooh said, there's so much research and good articles. I researched it for 2 years before I started using it. And then when I did, I came off of prescription medications and became even healthier than
Mhm.
I was before, mentally and physically.
I took Pooh's approach. My mom caught my sister smoking because she was living with her, and she was like, "Can you believe it?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "Mom, it's legal. Like the law says it's okay. Like, what's the problem here? Like alcohol kills people. Like it's okay for us here." And I sent her some, and she started asking me questions. She knows I have a medical background and into science and all that stuff. So she started throwing different, because my mom is a nurse too. So after sending her like multiple things, she's like, "Well, I guess it's not that bad." As, but just feeling comfortable with the choices other people are making because it shouldn't bother her that much, even though it's her child. Like absolutely you're worried about it, but um, you want to trust.
I think
So
there was like a lot of misinformation, or I don't want to dive too deep in this topic, but I think there was a
yeah,
lot of misinformation back then. And I think that people's opinions aren't necessarily biased just because they are boring and they don't want to have a good time. I think they genuinely have a underlying fear. Uh, like, they're like, you have to think about some of the generations, they probably think about it like bath salts, right? You're going to eat somebody's face.
I mean, not only that, but like they're the generation that had cocaine and Coca-Cola. Should we trust them? No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, honestly, they were not making sound decisions.
But think about it, right? There's a
didn't they
lot of
have the lead paint?
deception. And there was a lot of deception in
Yeah,
that whole generation because doctors were saying one thing about something just so that they could
yeah.
make money, right? So they trusted the wrong people, really bought into that, and then that became their way of living. So now it's now about reteaching them, and not even reteaching them, but teaching them how to do the proper research so they can formulate their own opinions.
Teaching them who not to trust.
Not even that. I'm gonna
Well-
teach them how to look shit up themselves, because I don't want to
Yeah,
get
right? Google.
I don't want to sway their opinions. I want them to have their own opinion.
Off
Well,
Big
it-
Pharma.
It used to be that they got a lot of their information from the news, and up until recently, the news had to tell the truth. They had to speak the facts, and you make your own decision. And then a law was passed, and now they can just say whatever they want. So a lot of that generation still believes what they watch on the news, and the news tells you it's bad because they're paid for it.
I don't
So
know what
they
you're talking
still have
about. It's
that.
still right. It's still
The
true.
news
You're
is
lying.
also very,
Sure,
it's also very
absolutely.
politicized.
If
Well,
you believe
Big
so.
Pharma.
They take an issue, and then they have to give two versions of which standpoint's right and wrong on the issue, based on our two-party system. I've never understood this. It's like it's an issue. It's like it's an issue. Like it shouldn't be politicized. Like, well, this is how we see it. This is how we see it. And like, no, it's like it's a human rights thing. Like especially like when it comes down to the legalization of like medicines. Like that's why because my family's from Tennessee, and in Tennessee it's still not legal. So like they saw me as like some big criminal that like was in getting like that was their perspective on it, and it was like a world. So it's different from state to state, which still boggles my mind. But I don't know, like prohibition
So
of alcohol failed, prohibition of cannabis has failed. You
um
know,
again, we don't. So one of the things that we try to talk about is not politics but policy, right? So
yes.
to quid pro quo what you're saying,
Hmm.
and double check that for me, please. The senator of Tennessee was the first one to push hemp grow in the nation.
Hmm.
So Tennessee, because of the farming that they did in agriculture, he was
Hmm.
one of the first ones. Actually, he's getting out of that seat this upcoming year. But that again, this is just policy. I'm not talking about people because,
Hmm.
um, and look that up. Maybe just more information per se. But I
Yeah.
know that because it was a big uproar, like you said.
Hmm.
Depending what you watch, people will get paid to bolster up their perception that they have.
Hmm.
Um, and when they do that, it's best to go into the facts, like what's the
Hmm.
bill, what's the science, you know what I mean? And
Correct.
or that's my perception. Brad, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. On it because you're right. People get educated sometimes wrong, or
Hmm.
something happens, like whatever trauma happens to it, and they're like, you know what, you should never drive again because your brother died in a car accident. Kind of like fear, but you should trust yourself that others will make decisions and they will affect people, but it's their decisions.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, tangential there.
I just wish
Uh,
I just wish it was easier for some people to see the scientific side of things. You know, I just wish it was. It'd make life easier.
so touching a little bit, circling back to what the question Plum asked earlier, I feel like accountability, like being able to trust people and trying to get over that, like how do you move forward after that, stuff or dealing with that type of stuff is accountability in yourself, um, because like the worst, like a divorce, like that was half my fault. I can't play the victim in it. Like it was partially me. So like in order for me to move forward with my life, I had to take responsibility for that. Like it wasn't all my fault, but it partially was my fault. And I had to look in that mirror and be like, instead of being like, why is this happening to me? I had to realize that I took part in this and that I had to figure out what went wrong and then move forward and grow from it. But in order to grow from it, I had to take personal responsibility of part of my actions of, something, and that's not the case for everything. Sometimes stuff happens to you and you have no choice in it. But in a lot of circumstances, in a lot of situations, like you are part of it, and you have to, in my opinion, you have to take personal accountability for certain things and kind of grow from that.
Can I just say, in all these years, that's the first time I ever heard you say that about your divorce, and I'm really proud of you for saying that.
Thank
It's
you.
hard. Yeah, you're welcome.
It is. But I mean, the life's hard, and there's the difference between, and I'm sure people have heard it, the difference between victor mentality and victim mentality, and how much happier one side is compared to the other. And I feel like one side takes accountability for certain things that happen in situations, and the other doesn't. You still, like, my brother and I get in this all the time. It's because he has a why me attitude. Like, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I have to do this? Why is this is unfair to me? This is this and this is that. And I'm like, well, like, it happened to you. It sucks, but you got to keep going forward. Like, I don't like the, pull yourself up by your bootstraps type thing. Like, I feel like that's kind of outdated, but you got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and reflect that this is fucked up. This situation sucks, but what am I just going to give up and just be stuck in the shit for the rest of my life, or just keep walking and walk out of it?
That's the true victor mentality, though. That's what the struggle is the willingness, as they, like you were saying, you get knocked off the horse, dust yourself off, get back on, keep on going, because that's what you have to do in this life. Like, when the second you stop doing that is the second that you kind of give up on yourself, you know? And I had been through that process of, like, giving up on myself. Like, depression was a deep dark hole for me, and I'd given up all hope on everything, and it wasn't until I got out of that and started pushing myself again that I was like, you know what, I may fail, but I'll keep going. And, like, it sounds weird, but, like, for me, I'm a hardcore introvert. So, like, my outlet was, like, video games and streaming and games in general, like learning how to play chess. Chess would give me anxiety because I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm losing. They're taking my pieces. I'm getting my ass kicked. I can't fail because if I fail, I'm going to die." That's what was happening deep down, dark inside myself, right? But, like, when I learned to fail in a safe environment and pick myself back up and go again, I got better at chess. And I kind of, like, took that and I was like, you know what? This game that I thought was impossible, that I thought I was too stupid to learn, I'm whipping people's butts in it now. Like, so
Yeah.
I can do the same thing with my life again as a civilian. Like, I may feel lost and unguided because I lack that military backbone to, like, I don't have somebody giving me an order. I'm unguided, but I had to find myself to guide myself again. So, and that kind of came back to the self-trust was,
Make sure, and like I've said this before in other meetings, but like just make sure, and this goes for everyone, that if you feel a certain feeling, you set time aside to feel that feeling. Don't think that, well, I gotta dust myself off and try again, let's go. No, like, each interaction that gives you a negative feeling, you need to take a moment and feel that, because the moment that you don't is a moment you start holding on to that, and it'll come out, like crazy.
repression.
Yeah, and not, yeah, and like, so if you're feeling depressed, okay, all right, what's making me depressed? Okay, I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes to fucking really be in my bag and like just really fuck myself up. I'm just gonna sit there like, like ugly
Yes.
cry, whatever you gotta do it,
And then you feel
because
better afterwards.
yeah, sometimes you
That's
don't,
the
but
amazing
that's
thing.
how it is though. Like, don't like, you're not always gonna feel better right away, but you got to do that and start setting that time aside, because eventually you will feel better, because not everything's instant. Like, I am very much a person who needs instant gratification, and sometimes I don't get that and I fucking lose my shit. But I know, all right, it's I gotta make this a routine. because it's the only way I vibe. It's the only way I survive is if I have a routine, because I learned that I'm so used to living in chaos. So my life will be chaos. So I hate when you guys tell me, "Is your room dirty?" Maybe. I'm a chaotic person, okay? I'm in my bag. Let me live in it, and then I'll pick myself up. Okay?
Let me be a peacock. Just let me be great.
I will pick
Wait,
myself up when I'm ready to.
What's this? What is this saying? What's crying? Is that what you said? Cry? What is that?
What is that?
The thing
Sometimes
that
you just gotta
some
work the
people do
emotion.
That is an
privately.
awesome emotion. Sometimes you just feel it and you're
Yo,
like,
I
don't
know how to
what
pull that
is.
out of Bob, but that's
What?
because we know that bond, you know?
Emotions?
Yeah.
Let me. Is that in the dictionary? What is
You-
Ugly cry,
emotions?
This
I
was
mean-
me.
Ugly cry
This
really
was
so
me
much,
right
but
when
damn,
I
I
got
hope my ugly
medically
cries are by
retired, man.
myself.
You sounded like me, like right when I got out of the Marine Corps.
I can testify for this. I can testify for this.
It's like, you know,
What?
if we were meant to
Testify?
have emotions, they
Yo,
would have
my
just given them
people.
to us.
We don't talk to the cops. We don't testify.
I was so
Not
emotionally
FOMO. We don't speak to them.
unintelligent. It was
We plead the fifth.
insane.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What I was gonna say earlier, I remember the whole trauma bonding thing. I think a lot of us, I'm gonna say a lot of us, probably build trust off of trauma bonding. I'm trying to be a dude. I'm trying to be a man. And that's how we build our trust, because we're like sitting there unloading each other. Oh my god, you got beat up. Oh my god, me too. Let's bond on that. And then you just fucking build bonds. But those trauma bonds end up being toxic sometimes. So you have to learn when to identify that. Don't just automatically trust someone because they've also gone through the same stuff you've gone through.
I think the key there is at least one of the people have to be mentally healthy enough to like make sure that the relationship stays healthy. You know, like if one person's mentally healthy and the other one is not, then they can kind of like peer support, look out for them. You need to get help. You need to reach out, or you know, whatever there is, or just talk to them, right? So, like, but yeah, you're 100% correct. Trauma bonding is a major way to connect with someone, especially when they've been through similar things. So,
I feel like if you're gonna trauma bond, one of you has to be over the trauma.
mhm.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah, yeah.
both. You both can't be living in it, because if
Yep.
you're both living in it,
It'd be
it's
toxic.
just it's an endless spiral of well, you know,
Mhm.
toxicity of trauma. All you're doing
100%.
is shouldering someone else's trauma,
Yeah.
Yep.
because you're
Yep.
like, my heart hurts because of this. Let me help take that burden, and they're doing the same thing, and you're just
You're throwing
just
mud at
putting
each
more of that
other.
shit
That's
on
all you're
top of you.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree
You're
with
putting water on the fire and feeding it.
Yeah.
that. No, bro.
Or seeing on that shit.
Not
Mhm.
back to the
That's right.
water and fire.
Yeah.
What's up,
Absolutely.
Cody? What's up, Code? Thank you for joining us, y'all. How y'all
What's
doing?
going down, bro? What's up with y'all? Man, it's Wednesday, bro. It feels like Monday
Hey.
morning.
Mhm.
No, it feels like hump day.
It's all about perspective, Kaneho. Change your perspective.
That's right. It's all
I know.
about
I hope
perspective.
I hope you guys understand that I'm totally kidding. That I'm completely dominating my week, and that I'm really happy.
Absolutely.
You know you're a
man.
rock star.
Hey,
Gary?
Konjo, why do you sound like you're calling out of 1998
Hey, are we in a cup holder? We're in a
With
cup
those
holder, aren't we?
glasses too.
with those
Hey,
glasses? Yeah.
Is Bell Company upgrading here soon or what?
Mm.
I think he called us from an
No, but-
800 number.
Yeah, Y2K is fake. Just so you know, Y2K is not a real thing. It's fake.
Maybe if you close the
Tell
link
the
from
people.
Chris Jericho is not fake.
Hey,
excited.
good rep, yo. That's what I'm
Hey,
talking about.
well, don't forget today, y'all. Be extra happy. Today's International Day of Happiness. Huh? Anyone?
Happiness.
Oh my
You-
god!
you-
It's like you're like Ralph. What is that? Ralph? What's his name? Ralph Barbosa. What is that? Come on, get excited. He's like, all right, here I go.
Same tone.
I'm too ginger for this. I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. I guess I'm redheaded.
Hey,
Bro, my drill sergeant in basic
By
was like
injection.
he was looking around the room and he found a ginger in the crowd and he was like, "Hey, you ginger!" He's like, "Aren't you guys special? Like, can't you guys shoot lasers from your eyes?" I was dying, bro. I could not stop laughing, bro. I
Wait,
was
who
like,
told you?
crazy.
That's offensive.
my-
I take offense. I am a new redhead.
yeah.
Wait, did you dye your hair? I can't. I don't have a camera on, so I can't see.
I'm redheaded by injection. My camera is on. It's because you're on your phone.
Hey, look, I didn't know we were letting our relationship become public.
All right, guys, we might as well just get it out there. Me and Vop have been dating for the last 6 months.
How long?
6 months. Did you not count?
You mean
Am I
like
the only one
when,
counting?
when you say dating? When you say dating, do you mean like putting the dates on documents or like?
I mean, if that's what a marriage license is, yeah, we're already preparing.
Hey, yo, what the
shit.
fuck?
You see how
I gotta go.
you see
Did
how
you
I
say
do
marriage?
this?
I gotta.
He said, I gotta go.
Hey, yeah, my stream is calling. But again, y'all, this is great. Thank you everyone for opening up about trust, and trusting one another to, learn from everyone here, and allow everyone to learn from you, build their rapport with one another. And this is the
My
MVP
phone
morning
looks like
mix,
a fucking pimp with that cheetah print, dog. My bad.
right? But
Hey, let's all welcome
like,
Mint Bullet, the cheetah print
Doc's
most
got like
recent affiliate
17
streamer.
robes. Doc's got like 17 robes from like all over the world, bro. Like, and they just give them to him. They just gift it to him. Like, I'm like, what? How do you get people to just give you these things?
Doc steals those out of
That's what a
hotels.
hater
What are you
sounds like
talking
right
about?
there.
I thought the
Doc
same
goes
thing.
to a
but
hotel
Doc
and
makes
just-
it look good. Like
I got a beautiful Afghani robe. Woo! I feel like a king in them.
Doc, is that the Hilton? Is that the Hilton robe?
This is a Sedona private place there that I couldn't afford, but I bought the robe.
You
'cause it
just
was
took the
really
robe?
nice. Yeah.
You bought
Such
the
a
robe?
fucking poser.
I'm
He's
on
one of those
getting
people
paid.
that wear
Is it
band
a
shirts and doesn't know
mistake?
the band.
Yeah.
Is that
Thank you. I'm more
is that the
thinking.
Motel
Dog.
6? He's rocking with the Motel 6.
I bet Doc wears. I bet he wears breezies.
I don't know what they are, but if they're nice, probably, bro.
I don't know what that is.
They're
must be
fake Yeezys.
Oh shit! I was thinking,
Sorry, I'm not in
Chris
the
Breezy.
community. Anyways, again, this is the MVP morning mix. We do this to motivate one another to do better in the community, to help one another reach different goals. And you never know when you need to hear something yourself. And for your participation and those that are streaming, can you put it on the MVP morning mix? Those that are in your chat, so we can add them into the gift card roulette that we have going on for everyone being amazing, and you have the ability to win $10 today.
Yeah, let me reach out to my Facebook. Matt Dixon, are you here?
when the money,
I see watching you on Facebook.
I've got
Yeah.
2 people to add to the wheel real quick. I've got Art and Leisha.
Leisha Games.
Can you spell Alicia, please?
Lisha.
Oh, I feel stupid. Okay, thank you.
Art money.
Delta Force in there.
I've got some people as well.
Drunken Dagger. Our Day Shooter. Shooter, he's there. Oh yeah.
I got a shooter already.
I have someone Pooh Hands. I think that says Pooh Hands.
Ever, my family's doing a 5K for the 13th of April, and we gotta do costumes, and I don't know what costume to wear.
Good
Should
for
I
your
just wear the
family
bunny
for
ears?
running. Oh my god.
Be Nacho
You're
Libre.
so awesome.
Just put some.
Nacho Libre, that's
Just put some rubber bands around your ears, and it looks already like a.
Just
fucking
wear a
ugly
onesie,
mask.
bro.
No,
That's what I would do.
do.
Wear a onesie. Get one of
I'm
those.
joking.
Doc's been trying to fight since I went to Tucson, bro. Doc's been
Get
trying to.
one of those onesies that is a costume. It's
Like a
easy.
Superman or Spider-Man.
It's the easiest way. You're gonna see a lot of people
Yeah,
doing that.
There was an Aquaman when my brother did his, and he had his little trident, and he took me by surprise. I was like, man, that is legit. He ran 13 miles with a trident in his hand, bro. Like, do you know how heavy that probably feels after 13 miles? Like, it's crazy.
Was it made out of metal or plastic? I mean, what kind of costumes are we talking about?
Plum, I
I mean,
want you to take something plastic, put it in your hand, and hold it out here for an hour and a half.
I ain't trying to run no 13 miles, first off.
You know
Right?
what's an easy thing to do is just be a redneck. That's it. You get
Oh my god,
you
dress
get
up as
a
Vop. Dress up as Vop.
Just
This
zoom out.
motherfucker.
I
Yo,
don't think
poo-
that's
yo,
that.
poo
I don't think
hands.
that's just something I could
Take her
switch to
off the
being over
list.
here. You see all this green lushness in Wakanda. I don't think we.
Yeah, I mean, I
An
kind
option.
of, you know. I get-
No, the panel
I
said
get
that's
that.
not an option. We can't just switch over here.
Hey, go get my wig.
All right.
I thought it was
Do we have
Inspector Gadget over there.
do we have everyone in the wheel of fortune?
More than there?
I don't care about my name, so.
Leaky. Yep, Leaky's there, right above Conejo.
Never forget the fleeky leak leak.
Yo.
How's
I
your
gotta start
software
showing up
company
at
doing?
at 9:55 so I can just get on the wheel and that's it.
Yeah, right.
Just buy a mask. Just get a wrestling mask and you'll be fine.
Oh, you're
Just
right,
every-
bro. That's a great idea, actually. Because
It is a great
bunch of
idea.
stuff like that. Like a Rey Mysterio
I
man.
do it all. I do it all the time. It is a great idea.
Dude, I told you
do
to be Nacho Libre.
I do it all the time.
Naturally, bro, has to wear a mask.
That,
Go
that's
with
for you, bro.
You're mine. Yeah, he
Wow.
does. My bad.
All right, y'all. Whenever you're ready to spin, Plum.
In
Go.
sweats.
Oh, sorry.
You let me forget Carrito? Shame
Me?
on you, Doc. What is wrong with
no,
you?
No, right there. It's already in there.
Right there, look, big
Yeah.
capital letters, so you know we don't forget
Yeah.
it.
What?
It's already
It
in
was there. It
there.
was there the whole time. It was there the whole time.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All right, Carito, tell me when to spin, please.
Let's go now.
Sound effects.
I love it.
Hey, yo.
I wrecked it.
That's the
Oh, that was so bad.
Triple A. That's
Rick.
Wow.
That's
Rick.
big.
Set up.
Rick.
That's
That's crazy.
Oh, spin it again.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, and go.
sorry.
Bro.
I was watching the computer.
Yo, if he wins again, I swear.
What?
That's rigged. That's how you know. Plum, go into the settings. Go
I'm
into
going to the
settings.
casino today. I'm going to the casino today. Let's go.
Where's the advanced? You gotta click on that
Let's get it.
advanced.
I don't have advanced checked.
Yeah.
It's okay.
mhm.
Just give it
How
to
about
Doc.
this?
Just give it to
Delete
him.
me out of
Just
it.
give it to him.
That's crazy.
Alright.
No,
Back to
just
back.
give it to him. No, just give it to
No,
him.
if
Just
you
give it to
believe
him.
me and I win, yeah, it's rigged. No.
What,
It's a charm.
you know, hey, watch her delete him, and then he still wins. the
still
next
wins.
round. Because rigged.
No way. Watch me delete him and then I win. Oh man, that's gonna look bad. All right, you ready?
You made my morning, Plum. Just want to let you
That's
know.
crazy.
Yay!
Hey, yo.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
buddy.
It's still the dock spot. It's whatever spot that's in.
No,
Yay!
Yay.
Jason, you can't have your email address.
Congratulations.
Oh, so much fun.
That's funny.
Gonna go to the casino today, y'all. And if you want to sell me money, I'll sell you the winnings. Whatever.
Are we going to the casino when we're supposed to go hiking?
Yes, we are gonna go hiking today. Don't forget, today's Walk It Out Wednesday. If you do your workout or anything like that, please post it in the MVP workout on motivation and workouts, and that way you win. You have another opportunity to win a $10 gift card because today, we're all doing it together. So we're gonna be going hiking today, and just get out there, have a walk. 30, 40-minute walk. If you can, obviously weather, but try to get some blood pumping. Changing your brain chemistry.
Every 5 steps, do a squat, and by the time you're done, you'll have 100 squats. I promise.
And those that want to do it, we're doing we started with a 10 push-up challenge. Now we're adding to it a little bit more. Now we're going 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and 100 sit-ups throughout the whole day, not in one sitting. So you don't have to tell us about it, but it'd be awesome if you post something in the MVP motivation and workouts. And we'll see you next Friday.
It has a
One
name too,
Punch
brother.
Man
Like,
workout?
it's called a hashtag Template 100. That's the name of the challenge.
Hashtag Templo 100.
That's the One Punch Man workout.
Okay, cool.
Don't forget the 5-mile run.
Yeah, well,
No,
Walk It Out Wednesday.
Walk It Out Wednesday.
So that we're bringing Navy SEALs over here. It's crazy.
And don't forget
If
to tag
that's what it takes to be a Navy SEAL, damn. That's
But hey, try it out. Try it for the next couple of days. Make some time, do some squats, maybe some crunches. It might be difficult in the beginning, but it's for the long run. All right, y'all. I hope everyone has a great day. We're gonna go game. We're gonna go down to the doc's office. Everyone else, if you want to stick around, you can do that. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye, guys.
See you later, y'all.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Peace. See you in the office.
I was just gonna sit here as long as I can.
Pooh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep streaming?
I don't know.
I was thinking, well, I'm gonna watch some more spooky videos.
Oh,
I did that
word.
yesterday.
What them fucking story Johns you be finding? You be finding some good shit.
Mm-hmm. They're good and bad. Sometimes they're like really like on point, and other times they're like. There were a couple last night where like it got really in my feels because they were
Yeah.
like metaphorical.
Yeah.
So, but then there were other
Damn.
ones where it was like pretty spoopy.
I know that I probably don't want to play games, so I gotta switch over my laundry, make my bed. So I could totally hang out with you in these videos because I got some wireless
Bet.
headphones.
Bet. All right.
Alright.
I'll just put I'm gonna switch screens to put on here, but yeah, we can hang out and watch videos then.
Are you gonna be in your server?
Yeah.
Alright.
That way I don't want too many people jumping in and out,
No,
so.
I understand. Alright.
But I'll pull you in.
Oh shit, you gonna pull me in there?
It's the only thing pulling. Oh, bye.
Fuck, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate y'all. For real.